Hey guys, how we doing? This is Paul Carpenter with MentallyHip.com. I'd like to welcome you to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And we are on Chapter 11. This is Sexual Transmutation. Now this is the one that really gets people a little off the shoulder, especially in today's world. Because it talks about gender, about being male and female, and it starts to get really involved in what it's trying to express is that inherently we're all either male or female, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Now, whether you choose to be or this, that, or the other has nothing to do with this information. What it comes down to is how to attach the sexual urges into everything that we've studied prior to. And the reason for this is because when you want something sexually, when you want something in a lustful manner, you will practically do almost anything for it. You will chase a woman down the street, you will run up flights of stairs. I will travel 5,000 miles just to be at your door. I will put the song in there. Anyways, so the point is that if you can really gather all this information, everything that we've talked about up to this 11th chapter, after everything that we did, and we were already, what, chapter 8 or 9, that's when we made the decision of actually choosing to do all this stuff, even after Definite as Purpose, all this other stuff, right? And now you're asking me to mix in some sexual urge, and I'm saying, yes, I want you to give me your mojo.
I've lost my mojo!
That's where it's going to happen. When you can give that out to other people, and you can make them kind of sense it or feel it without you ever actually meeting them, just through this kind of interaction, for instance, that tells somebody something. That gives them a sense of security because you know what you're talking about, because you're sure of yourself. And that confidence is your mojo. And you're confident because you know the information you're talking about. And that's how you kind of get the sexual transmutation to be part of the whole package. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. If you're saying to me, Paul, you're wacky tobacco, bro, what are you talking about? All right, so I want you to think about the first time you ever fell in love with somebody, the first time you ever kissed somebody. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? But I want you to think about falling in love with that person and how it felt and all of the emotions that came over you when you were in that state. And then I want you to think about breaking up with that person and how sad you felt. And I also want you to think of how much time you thought about that person before you came to a point where you said, no more. I am no longer going to feel bad for myself. I'm going to start by picking up and moving on. That same idea, that tipping point, which is a great book, by the way, if you haven't read it, please go check it out. But that idea, that tipping point, is part of a sexual urge. Because at some point, your body says to you that you don't want to be alone anymore. And subconsciously, you are pushed into a conscious decision of no longer accepting the toil of being hurt and in pain. So in the same way that your body can kind of manipulate you and make you choose or feel a certain thing, the same way that you can manipulate your body and your mind to then go after the thing that you want. My friends, I hope that made some sense for you. If you just got to this little thing and you don't know why you're here and you're like, who is this guy? My name is Paul Carpenter. I come from the website MentallyHip.com. I hope you've enjoyed this little process of what we've been doing, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you've enjoyed this, please give me a share, a like, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. My friends, this is Paul Carpenter signing out. Please go out into the world and do something nice for somebody. And if you can't, do something nice for yourself. Go out there, kick ass, and take initials because you don't have time for the names. This is Paul Carpenter, and I'll see you tomorrow.
As you know, every diabolical scheme that I've hatched has been thwarted by Austin Powers. And why is that, ladies and gentlemen?
Because you never kill him when you get the chance to and you're a big dope?
No. Austin Powers always defeats me because he has Mojo.
Mojo?
Mojo. The libido, the life force, the essence, the right stuff. What the French call a certain... I don't know what. Ladies and gentlemen, I've developed a device for traveling through time which I call a time machine. Using this time machine, I'm going to go back to the 60s and steal Austin Powers' mojo.